Welcome to the 2020-21 Distinguished Citizens Award. We know we're on the cusp of in-person events, and we're all looking forward to gathering again in friendship and in fellowship. This year, we're quite pleased to having a presenting sponsor. So thank you, Jackson Health System. We want to thank you for your amazing support for Scouting, but especially being a strong leader on the front line for the well-being and healthcare for the South Florida community. Thank you to Roberto Munoz for serving as this year's chairman. He and this committee have lined up a stellar class for 2020-21. We all agree that each of our recipients are great leaders in their respective profession, but their love and dedication for this community sets them apart. The South Florida Council has been presenting the Distinguished Citizen and Good Turns Awards for decades. If you review the past honorees, you would find many great leaders, like Joe Robbie, the Honorable Governor and Senator Bob Graham, Terrell Hudson, Joseph Milton, George Jenkins, Tabar Hollow, Al Dotson Sr., Mike Fernandez, Tony Burns, Jim Hamill, Carlos Abaleo, and our chairman, Roberto Munoz. There are many more, and they're listed on the South Florida Council's website. Your investment and support for programming of Scouting is very important to the Council. The programs include for boys and girls ages 5 through 21. The Council has more than 200 groups located between Deerfield Beach and Key West. Programs also include Southreach, which is the outreach programs helping those families who cannot afford Scouting. Again, on behalf of the South Florida Council, thank you for your investment and thank you for your support in Scouting programs. Now to our awards.
Thank you, Rick, for leading us off and reminding us to be great community leaders in addition to being great parents and corporate leaders. Our first honoree, Alberto Cavallo, joined the South Florida community in September of 2008 as a superintendent of Miami-Dade Public Schools. Alberto quickly became engaged in his specialties of education transformation, finance, and leadership development. The number of choices that parents and students now have is amazing. Through Alberto's leadership, he has implemented bilingual programs, fine and performing art, biotechnology, and many others. Many middle school and high school programs, including Law Enforcement Exploring, which is part of the Scouting programs. Mr. Cavallo, we thank you for your continued support of the Learning for Life program, funded through the Department of Education and the school district. Learning for Life is a Boy Scouts of America in-class character education program teaching values like trust, respect, and loyalty. Alberto, we find you to be a good scout and a distinguished citizen as you live the Scout law in your daily life, being trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, and kind. The South Florida Council is pleased to award you with the 2021 Distinguished Citizens Award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Roberto, for this terrific honor, and I congratulate all of the honorees who are so deserving of this distinguished award. Alfred, Carlos, and Alejandro are not only long-standing friends of the district and mine, but also truly epitomize the meaning of giving back through their leadership and service to this community. I also want to thank Jeff Berger, Chief Executive Officer of the South Florida Council for Boy Scouts of America, whose leadership and partnership have been so valuable to all of us. We have over 30 Boy Scout troops that meet regularly throughout the school year on our campuses, and we are hopeful that their activities will resume during the coming school year. Through Boy Scouts and the school-based Learning for Life program, our young people build character, are mentored, are taught how to lead healthy lives, and most importantly, learn to give back to their community by serving others. They're also given the opportunity to explore careers through programs like Police Explorers, like Roberto said, where they are given hands-on experience in law enforcement and exposure to the criminal justice system. Many of these experiences have launched our students into very successful careers, with local, county, state, and federal agencies. My friends, I was fortunate to have a father who guided and inspired me through his wisdom, his deeds, and his words, and that has shaped me in both my personal and professional life. It's been said that our character is expressed through our actions. Respect, responsibility, honesty, trust, and perseverance, in addition to self-discipline and citizenship, are character traits that we at Miami-Dade County Public Schools strive to develop and exemplify in all of our young people. Role models like Scouts are needed now more than ever to serve, to guide, and even to just listen to our young people. I encourage more members of our community to engage with our students, as they are the future of not only our local community, but our country.
Our next award goes to a young man that has made amazing strides in a short time. Alex is president of the Private Client Group, a division of Coastal Wealth. Alex has been awarded the Hispanic Award by the Scouts. He was named Philanthropist of the Year by Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and has been recognized for his community leadership by Mass Mutual and Pacific Life in 2018. Alex has been quite active in Zoo Miami, leading the Feast with the Beast event, and has earned the Ron McGill Zoo Goodwill Ambassador distinction. He has received the Key to Miami and has also been commissioned as a Kentucky Colonel. Recently, he was appointed to the inaugural Millennial Debt Commission to design a roadmap to reduce the U.S. federal debt. Alex, we find you to be a good Scout and a dedicated citizen as you live the Scout Oath in your daily life. Thank you for your duty to country, duty to others, and the South Florida Council is pleased to award you with the 2021 Distinguished Citizens Award.
Thank you so much, Roberto. And thank you, Boy Scouts of America. It's an honor to receive this award. It's an honor to receive this award with so many amazing individuals. Scouting is something that is so dear to me, is so important in our community. For over 100 years, Scouting has been a foundation in our community. But even more so, last year during this unprecedented pandemic that we're living in today, to have so much youth, so many volunteers donate their time and energy, donate over 100 hours of community service, just makes me even more proud to be associated with this organization as an executive board member and a recipient of this amazing honor. You know, when I think of Scouting, I think of the core values: integrity, respect, care, belief, cooperation. These are the values that are so important in today's world, so important to our community. That is a foundation that we need to continue to succeed in South Florida. So thank you so much for this award. I'm humbled by it. Scouting to me is mentorship. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the mentors I have in my life, the mentors that have made a mark in my life, in my career, and the folks that inspire me every day to give back to my community. I love Scouting. I love our community. I love our country. And I really appreciate this award. Thank you so much.
Carlos Mogoya, our next honoree and fellow Golden Panther. Many of us worked with Carlos when he was leading First Union and Wachovia Bank. With decades of banking, he retired, but not for long. In 2010, he donated time as a city manager for the city of Miami and successfully tackled budget issues. He led his team to eliminate a $115 million budget deficit. His expertise led to his selection of the president of the CEO of the Jackson Memorial Health System in 2011. His transformative leadership has turned Jackson Health System into a vibrant and financially sustainable landmark in the South Florida community. Carlos provides his guidance on many boards, including MEDNAC, Miami-Dade College, and previously with AutoNation. Your service to our community transcends decades, and we thank you. The doors of Jackson Health System never close. Thank you, and the Jackson Health System for being sponsors of this event to celebrate great leaders for living the Scout slogan, "Do a good turn daily." We proudly present you with the 2021 Distinguished Citizens Award.
Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roberto. When I heard that the Boy Scouts had chosen me to receive this Distinguished Citizens Award, I was overcome with a sense of great appreciation and pride. The Boy Scouts is one of those organizations that really has an impact on every life it touches, helping shape the future of the next generation by teaching values, how to make ethical decisions, and how to become a great leader. The Boy Scouts of America's South Florida Council focuses on reaching out to young people in communities throughout the region. From Perrine and Palmetto Bay to Miami Shores and Miami Gardens, it doesn't matter where you live, what they look like, what school they attend, or how much money their parents have. It seems and serves every young person equally, giving them all the quality of same tools to build a successful future. The Boy Scouts' noble mission is something I can relate to. As the president and CEO of Jackson Health System, Miami-Dade's only safety net health system, we also serve every county resident, providing one standard of care regardless of their ability to pay. Jackson also employs a diverse workforce of about 13,000 medical professionals. I'm sure many of them learned some of life's most important lessons as scouts when they were younger. For nearly 103 years, Jackson has been a beacon of hope for our community, never more so than during the COVID-19 pandemic. Since March 2020, Jackson has been at the forefront of treating patients with the virus, using new treatments, and most recently, running one of the most county's successful vaccine operations. Despite all the challenges of the past year, and there certainly have been many, Jackson's army of dedicated caregivers is not defeated. Our team continues to proudly serve our community with unmatched skill and compassion. While I am the leader of this incredible health system, I don't take credit for the life of success of our team. It's the people who work there inside our hospitals, clinics, urgent care centers, and nursing homes who inspire me every day. Thank you to the Boy Scouts of America South Florida Council for the tireless, meaningful work that you all do for young people in our community. Jackson is very, very proud to support this organization. And for honoring me with the Distinguished Citizens Award, I am proudly grateful to receive.
Our next honoree has been an impactful leader in our community. Alfred Sanchez is the president and CEO of the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, South Florida's first and longest sustaining business development organization. Alfred serves on the local and national boards, including the Miami-Dade Beacon Council, the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Orange Bowl Committee. His leadership has had a positive impact on over 400,000 employees in the South Florida area. Alfred is also has quite a bit of nonprofit experience. As we know, nonprofit organizations provide a reach and service beyond governmental entities. Alfred, thank you for your decades of service with the YMCA of Greater Miami and the American Red Cross of South Florida region. Your great work increased our capacity, the capacity of our community, to provide quality programming and to be prepared for natural and man-made disasters. For living the Scout motto, to be prepared, we proudly present you with the 2021 Distinguished Citizens Award.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, Rick, for being a part of this program, and thank you to my friends and family who have joined us in support of today's event. And of course, thank you to the Boy Scouts, to Jeff Berger for his great honor, and congratulations to my fellow recipients. I can't tell you how humbling it is to be in the same awardee class as these gentlemen who've done truly incredible accomplishments for so many millions in our community. You know, as immigrants from Cuba, my family followed employment for many years across this country. My sister Maggie and I, we grew up in a wide landscape of communities that changed often. But it allowed us to see wonderful things, meet great diversity of people. However changing these places were, there were some things that were always constant wherever we went. And one of those things was the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts were a fixture everywhere, from Philadelphia to Miami, from Rockford, Illinois to Gainesville, Florida, to Baltimore, Maryland. I always had at least one friend who had been or was a Boy Scout. You know, it's really an incredible thing to think about. I went to 12 different schools across the entire U.S., and in every one of those schools, I had a Boy Scout all around me. You know, I never got a chance to join. We moved around too much, and it was just difficult to do that. But I always wanted to, partly because, frankly, it was cool, and, partly because we shared so many things in common. I loved the outdoors. We were always outside in the woods, playing, swimming in water holes, building fortresses. And yes, it was that long ago when you could actually go out as a kid into the woods all day long and no adult had to worry about you. Another thing I had in common with the Boy Scouts was this commitment to giving back, to getting personally engaged in our community. For us, that lesson came from our mom, Amparo Mariana. We first got to the U.S., we didn't have a lot. We lived in a one-room trailer in rural Pennsylvania. But Mom was always teaching us that no matter what you have or what you don't have, you can always find a way to give something to those who have even less. During Christmas, we had to choose one of our presents to give to a kid in the barrios in Philly. And of course, as a kid, you immediately, you do it, begrudgingly. You immediately go do the kid calculus of figuring out which is the least favorite of the toys. But Mom had a trick up her sleeve for that. We couldn't just donate the toy. We had to pick one, then go to the kid's home and deliver it ourselves. And a funny thing always happened. We ended up spending the entire day playing with those kids. And when we left, it turned out we had given those presents to a bunch of friends. Those lessons carved deeply into our hearts. It chiseled who we became, our worldview, our career paths. As an adult, I became a community psychologist, not contented with dealing with problems of individuals one at a time, but instead, I tried to dedicate my life to working with nonprofits that reached a broader community, many individuals at a time. I've been blessed to work with incredibly great organizations like the Greater Miami Chamber that for 114 years has helped to develop Miami. Like the Red Cross that since 1917 has worked to save lives, keep people safe, and help Miami recover from devastation. And like the YMCA that for 103 years has worked in Miami to educate children and to keep families healthy and together. I'm very lucky to have grown up with such values instilled in me by my mom, and I'm overjoyed that those same values are being instilled in my two nephews, Austin, who's a Life Scout on his way to Eagle Scout, and his brother Eric, who's a Star Scout. My sister Leila and her husband Frank enrolled the boys to have them grow as leaders and to challenge themselves to do things that are out of their comfort zone. And I think a little bit they pry them away from video games. But okay, look, those boys love it. They're better people for it. And their family is closer because of the Boy Scouts. Look, in conclusion, I want to leave you with an Arab proverb that I learned as a boy and it always stayed with me. When you're in the desert, you come to a well, there's a cup there. Drink from it, because it was left for you. But before you go, take that cup one last time, dip it in the water, and leave it full for those who come behind you. Thank you to the Boy Scouts for this incredible honor, for filling so many cups across this country. Congratulations again to my fellow honorees, whose Herculean accomplishments have long been admired by me and my family, and have truly made Miami a magical city. And I urge all of you, fill the cup before you go. God bless. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to thank Rick and Roberto for their dedication and passion to this year's event. Rick, when a person is asked if they could have only one book with them on a desert island, many people quickly choose the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. When asked for a second book, the Boy Scout Handbook has been selected for survival guidance. We are pleased to present you with the special library edition of the Boy Scout Handbook for your collection. Thank you for being our Master of Ceremonies today, and also thank you for all you do to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Roberto, through your direct efforts as President-elect, Vice President of Finance, and former chair of the Hispanic Heritage Awards, you have been responsible for raising well over $1 million of support for the South Florida Council of Boy Scouts of America over the past 8 years. And we thought it'd be most appropriate to award you with a collection of Boy Scout medals that represent each point of the Scout Law. Produced by the Franklin Mint in 1972, these medals depict the 12 Scout values of being trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. All leaders must have and live by a set of values, and you, my friend, lead by example. Thank you for your excellent work as chair of this year's Distinguished Citizens Award event. We are all looking forward to your continued leadership and energy when you become our next board president on January 18th, 2022. Thank you again to all of our investors and supporters of Scouting. Thank you, Roberto, for being our chairman.